All right, what's going on? It's Young Jr. So you have one of the notorious New York City drug dealers, Alpo Martinez, and yeah, he was caught lacking, man. You know, coming out of a club around like 3 in the morning, man, and was shot and killed at least like 5 times. Now, the details about Alberto Alpo Martinez is that he served like so much prison time, man. Decades of prison time, due to I believe the indictment of killing Richard Porter. And also too, I think that was centered around his childhood, and that movie Paid in Full. I haven't seen Paid in Full. I know I'm late. People say, "Oh, you didn't see it?" Like, I think I did a long time ago. I can't remember. I think it was a long time ago. But it's crazy, man. And they said, I mean, he was selling like cocaine, and he was making so much money in Harlem and everything, man. This guy was like 55 years old, but I just didn't think he was going to get caught lacking like this. I mean, he was in a witness protection program. I mean, he was in prison for at least like, he was supposed to serve 35 years, but he got out in 2015. And you would think he would lay low, but maybe he thought like, hey, I'm untouchable. Hey, maybe the streets are behind me. People's gonna forget. But I mean, he went to Harlem and stuff, and 14 counts of murder. I mean, he actually cooperated with the feds too when they was asking him about what was going on about his Kingpin and things that he was doing. It was ridiculous, man. So he snitched on a lot of people. So the streets talk, man. The streets don't forget. That's the only thing, man. And people, from many generations looking like, all right, well, he's still around, and because of him, my cousin is dead, or such and such in jail, and I mean, he ruined a lot of families. So now we have the opportunity. He's gonna be in this particular area. We're gonna do him. So it's freaking crazy, man. So the source said it was just like he was storing them. Oh, and also too, this looked like around like 147 West 147th Street and Frederick Douglass Boulevard after Martinez was shot in his 2017 Dodge Ram. Now the source said looked like he was storing out drugs out the window. That's what it's saying. So, but the ironic part is he was like not too far from a police precinct. I think he was just like, of course, trying to get away when he lost consciousness of getting shot. But man, I was looking like, bro, this is crazy, man. So, yeah, man, he's gone, man. It's hard to feel sorry for him because at the end of the day, I mean, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. I mean, this is the seeds that he planted. Now, going to orient his life, he was born in East Harlem, right? Section in Upper Manhattan of New York City. Martinez was one of the two children raised by a single mother. So he attended a Roman Catholic school, automotive mechanical high school, and Julia Richmond High School before dropping out during his sophomore year. Martinez started selling drugs at 13 years old in East Harlem. When he met Westside Harlem drug dealer A.Z. Faison, Martinez started to move up the chain of drug dealers in Harlem, and he eventually became one of the biggest drug dealers in the city. Wow, at 13. Martinez later moved to Washington, D.C. He expanded his operations, where he quickly became involved in the city's underworld and elevated his drug activities. He met with Wayne Silk Perry, a notorious gangster and D.C. enforcer who would later become his bodyguard and hitman. So Martinez was indicted on federal charges, what I actually stated before. So this was in July 1990 with two other men. So the indictment against Martinez was dismissed when he remained a fugitive at the time their trial began in November 1991. According to the Nathaniel Watkins, Richard Porter's cousin, Martinez, co-defendant in the Alexandria, Virginia case, told the FBI in 1989 he was present when Martinez gave $300,000 to a fellow drug dealer in a Crystal City, Virginia hotel room and instructed the man to take the money to New York. Watkins told the FBI that the drug dealer rode to New York in a limousine, which he and his girlfriend followed, and they went to Harlem apartment where they met Martinez, who had flown to New York. Sherry Gilbert, Nathaniel Watkins, and several witnesses testified that Martinez was a supplier of crack and that members of the drug ring were involved in several killings. On November 7th, 1991, Martinez was arrested in Washington, D.C. for selling drugs. He was charged with conspiracy to commit murder, various drug charges, and 14 counts of murder. That is ridiculous, man. The murder of D.C. drug dealer Michael Anthony Salters, a.k.a. Frey, and Brooklyn drug dealer Demencio Benson, facing the possibility of either the death penalty or life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. Martinez turn informant and testify as members of his organization. Yeah, so he wanted to face those those charges like that, man. He was like, oh shoot, I'm gonna be in here for a long time, possibly without parole. So yeah, I'm gonna tell the people in my team that's done it. And like I said, man, you know, snitching in the streets and all this stuff, man, it's that shows some loyalty. So he got due for it, man. I mean, I think this was really orchestrated and it was like well planned. They knew where he was at, but dang, I didn't even think he was gonna get caught lacking like that. That is crazy, man. So yeah, he died October 31st, man. Wow, it was just crazy, man. I couldn't even believe it, man. But I think there's gonna be some more, like I said, investigations. Of course, they gotta do a thorough investigation. NYPD gotta, you know, catch the guy who did this, man. But I was like, wow, and he was throwing drugs out the window. I was like, Jesus, man. So I mean, hey, that's what happens, man. You know, so it's unfortunate at the end of the day, but it's hard to feel sorry for this guy, man. The things that he done in the streets. I mean, hey, it's karma, man. It's coming back forward. So yeah, that's when the legacy he left behind, man. Sort of like Frank Lucas at the end of the day, man. But yeah, man, you know, things are different. This is a total different generation, man. We got technology, we got all this stuff, man. So I mean, people getting murked going on Facebook Live, like it's just crazy. So he probably thought he was just unstoppable, man. And the fact that with no security and no entourage, it just didn't make sense to me, man. So he might as well would have been better off for staying in a witness protection program, even though it's voluntary. But come on, at least protect you, you know, from high crimes in your environment, you know, by the U.S. Marshals, 24-hour surveillance. But it is what it is. But I just thought this was really interesting, man. Alpo Martinez, never heard of him, but until I did some research and read the story, I thought it was really crazy, man. So yeah, man, you guys continue to like, comment, subscribe, share this video, man. I know various people on this platform talked about it, but this is my spin on it. Yeah, you guys take care. I'm out. Deuces.